Hey everyone, we are going to go over the Minnesota map unit. And as a starting point, we want to talk about totals. You've probably learned about totals in the past, but I want to go over it again as a review or in case you missed it. So what is totals? Well, it's the basic parts of a map. We spell it TODALSS. The T stands for the title. So when we look at this map, this is a map of Minnesota from nationalatlas.gov, government website. And this, our title, would be right here. So what's O stand for? O stands for orientation. If you look on this map, there is no orientation feature. If you were to go on Google Maps, you'd always have a compass rose which shows the orientation, but on some paper maps they don't have it. This is an image of a paper map, so we'll make one here. We would have probably a circle, something like this, little arrows maybe. This would be east, west, south, and north. So that would be our orientation. Okay, what's the D stand for? The D stands for the date. And if you look on this map, the date is very tiny and hard to find. It's actually right here, 2004. So you gotta sometimes really search for it. That is the date. In the project we're going to do later, these totals letters will become very important to you as you're going to need to know them for a few of the projects we're doing. Okay, A. What's the A stand for? Stands for author. So here on this map we need to look for the author. So again, you kind of have to really search the map. Here, in the bottom left is the author. U.S. Department of Interior, the Geological Survey. Okay, so we found the author. Sometimes it's just the name of a person. Usually it's more of like maybe a company or a publishing company or something like that. Okay, so next, after author, we're looking for the legend or the key. Right here is our legend and key. Shows us what an interstate looks like, a principal highway, and a railroad. So all through the map you'll see, for example, this is a principal highway. So this is our legend. It can also be called a key, but in totals we use the L for legend. S is the source. The source here is nationalatlas.gov. Okay, and we actually have two S's in totals, even though it sounds the same whether you have one or two S's. And so for this one, the last S is scale. So what's scale? Scale tells you how many miles there are according to this little chart. So if you went from here, let me show you that. If you went from here to here, and then you took something that size and moved it over to the map, so let's say that's about the same size, that would be the same distance, so that'd be 25 miles. So that's the scale right here, and that completes what totals looks like on a map. If you want to refer back to this map later, maybe take a screenshot right now. I'm going to turn it so it looks a little different. And it's going to be a little smaller, but you'll be able to see the entire map and all the features of it. So maybe take a screenshot of that. If you feel you'll need to look at that later, you could also search for it on the internet.